During his years with the Beatles, Paul McCartney frequently composed songs on request. While most of the tracks he created with John Lennon were original, their manager Brian Epstein occasionally asked them to write material for other performers under his management. Additionally, they often had to produce songs for the films in which the band appeared. This pattern of commissioned songwriting continued after McCartney left the Beatles. In 1973, James Bond film producers Albert R. Broccoli and Harry Saltzman approached him to compose the theme for the next installment in the series, Live and Let Die. The film, which introduced Roger Moore as James Bond, was adapted from Ian Fleming's second Bond novel and featured the British spy sent to New York to investigate the deaths of 3 MI6 agents. At the time, McCartney was a member of the band Wings. He was given the Live and Let Die novel to inspire his songwriting and reportedly completed the song within a couple of days. In a 1973 interview, he explained that he read the book in a single day, began writing that evening, and finished the song by the following evening. He recalled sitting at the piano to draft the composition and then contacting George Martin to help produce the track. His wife, Linda, contributed by writing the reggae-inspired middle section. After rehearsing and recording the song with the band, they handed over the track to Martin. The resulting song blended rock, reggae, and orchestral elements, breaking from the traditional musical style of previous Bond themes. George Martin, who had worked with the Beatles for years, also composed the score for the film. Despite McCartney having written and performed the song, Saltzman reportedly preferred someone else to sing it, possibly Shirley Bassey, a former Bond theme vocalist. George Martin, however, strongly disagreed. He argued that since Paul had composed the piece, he should also be the one to perform it. Paul and George recorded the final version in one day at London's AIR Studios, and then presented it to the producers. According to McCartney, after listening to the finished track, the producers mistakenly assumed it was only a demo and asked who would perform the final version. George Martin firmly told them that what they had heard was in fact the final track. Ultimately, Paul's rendition was included in the movie. The song achieved massive success, climbing to the top of the US charts and becoming the first James Bond theme to receive an Academy Award nomination. Although the song was well received, McCartney has shared mixed feelings about it in different interviews over the years. In 1973, he described the project as another example of his skill at writing music on assignment. He admitted that he wouldn't have liked it if his song had replaced John Barry's iconic Bond theme, which he always anticipated hearing during the familiar opening gun barrel sequence. He mentioned enjoying the challenge of working under constraints, such as time limits, and the need to craft a narrative within a precise duration, something he compared to writing jingles, a task he believed he was quite good at. However, in the book The Lyrics, 1956 to the present, McCartney reflected that he hadn't initially held the song in high regard compared to earlier Bond classics like From Russia, With Love, or Goldfinger, which he considered more in line with the franchise's signature style. He admitted that he wasn't confident his contribution would stand up to those iconic tracks. Nevertheless, he was pleased with the public response, acknowledging that many people considered it one of the top Bond themes. He also recognized its success, noting that it became the most popular Bond song at the time and earned an Oscar nomination. Live and Let Die has remained a fixture in McCartney's live performances and was featured in his recent Got Back tour. It continues to serve as a dramatic highlight in his concerts, often accompanied by fireworks,